So this will be our topic for the introduction to SolidWorks. Let us try to run the application SolidWorks. Okay, SolidWorks 2020. You can double click the left click button of your mouse or right click the select open. Okay, so what is SolidWorks? SolidWorks is a parametric solid modeling tools or software that utilizes the functionality of creating 3D models as well as 2D model in the drawing area. Okay, so you need to wait for the registry SolidWorks to load. Okay, so this is the first user interface of SolidWorks, which is the welcome screen. Okay, so you have your home tab, recent tab, learn tab, and alerts tab. Okay, under home you have your creating a part, uh, assembly, or drawing. Okay, these are the three basic environment of SolidWorks. And in the recent documents, okay, these are the recent open or created files that are saved in your computer, or you can also see the recent folders where you have saved your files. Also, the resources are available here. Okay, under the recent tab, these are the recent files. Okay, you can select or filter them using the part or assembly or drawing, or you can also view the folders that are recently opened and saved your files. The learn tab is where you can view some tutorial videos. Okay, and then the alerts are the uh, significant technical downloads that needed for SolidWorks. Okay, so I'll just go back to home, or you can also close this one. Okay, and this is called the task pane. You'll notice that 3D Experience Marketplace is open by default. If I'm going to click here in the SolidWorks 2020, okay, it will not be visible, but then the task pane is always available on this side. So if you're going to select this one, that is the 3D experience marketplace, and this is the SolidWorks resources library. Okay, toolbox are available here, file explorer. Okay, and these are the view palette when creating drawings, or the appearances and so on. So if I'm going to go back here, you can pin this one if you want to. If you're going to click here, it will not go away, so I'll just unpin this one. Okay, and then if I'm going to go back to SolidWorks resources, the welcome to SolidWorks dialog box is available on this icon. Okay, so if I'm going to close that, it is also available here. Okay, the SolidWorks menu bar. Okay, so SolidWorks menu bar file, you can create new files here, view recent documents and tools, and also okay, so if you could also create a new file or open, also you can save, print or plat or build, and this is the system settings or options. Okay, so I just close this one. So I'll just refer or go back to the welcome SolidWorks dialog box. So as mentioned earlier, you have your part, assembly, and drawing environment. So these are the three basic environment which SolidWorks operates in. Okay, so if I go to select part, or I'll just close this one. So and I'll just create a new file. Okay, this is also the solid documents. So the part modeling environment, the assembly, or the drawing. Okay, this is the novice mode. Okay, if you want to go to advanced, you can select this advanced button here. Okay, so that's part, assembly, drawing. Okay, so I'll just go back to novice. Okay, so I'll just select part and click OK. Okay, or you can also use the welcome to SolidWorks dialog box. You can select part, Okay, and then the part modeling environment will be invoked. So first topic will be the SolidWorks user interface. Okay, so wait for the SolidWorks to load. Okay, so as you'll notice here, you have your features, sketch, markup, so on. So you can decrease these command managers. These are called command managers. So let's try. I'll just remove some of those button. Okay, so under tabs, so I'll just right click and then tabs. So I'll just remove markup. I'll just remove solid cam inspection. Okay, so these are some of the advanced command managers available. So I'll just remove MDB. Okay, or you can also add. Okay, so let's try to add sheet metal. Okay, the sheet metal feature manager or command managers will be available. Also, you can add, let's say, weldments. Okay, the weldment tools are available here. Okay, but then we're not going to tackle sheet metal weldments, but then I am just introducing on how to add or remove those command managers. Okay, so we will be tackling about sketches and features. So these are called the command managers. Now on this top of these are called the heads of view toolbar. Okay, you have your zoom to fit, zoom to area, okay, section view, model views, okay, then you have your visibility here, appearances, okay, then shaded with view, edges, and so on, okay, and this is called the feature manager design tree, where the design or the history of your model will become visible in this area. Okay, so notice here we have the trimetric view. We are under the trimetric view. You can use the isometric view, okay, or the trimetric, dimetric view, and so on. So I'll just go back to trimetric view. Okay, then these are the reference triad. Then you setting up of units, you can use this unit system here. Okay, you can change to MKS, CGS, MMGS, or IPS depending on your model. Okay, if you're going to use MKS, that represents meter, kilogram, seconds, or CGS, centimeter, gram, second, or MMGS, millimeter, gram, second, or IPS, inch, pound, second. So I'm just going to select MMGS. Okay, or you can also change your system units using the options here. Okay, under document properties, have your units. Okay, you select MKS, CGS, MMGS, or IPS, and so on. You can also change to its decimal value or decimal places or its accuracy. Okay, but then simply we are not going to discuss all of these, but then I'll just cancel this up. Then I'll just select MMGS in the system units. Okay, now before you create any part or sketches, you need to be familiar with its planes. Okay, so I'll just make them visible. You have your three main planes here. You have the front plane, top plane, and then the right plane. Okay, so they are hidden by default. Okay, so you may not want to make them visible. Okay, so first things first. Okay, so you need to invoke the sketching tools. Okay, so the first step how to create a 3D model using SolidWorks is to draw its profile. Okay, so one example is that I'll just create sketch. Okay, so make sure you are selecting the sketch, not the 3D sketch. Okay, so simply the sketch. Okay, I'll just select this sketch tool. Upon selecting the sketch tool under the sketch command managers, okay, yeah, you will be invoked by this message to select a plane on which to create the sketch. Okay, so if you want to draw the sketch in the front plane, you may hover your cursor to the front plane, make sure that it is highlighted before selecting it, or in the top plane, okay, or in the right plane, depending on your design intent. So let's say I would select the front plane. Then automatically the front plane itself will be perpendicular to your view for easy drawing. And the view or the orientation view is also changed to front plane. You'll see the reference right below it. Okay, you can see front. Okay, changing the orientation views, you can select this uh, orientation view here, or also you can press the space bar. Now after selecting the plane, we need to draw the profile. Okay, so I'll just use the line tool. Okay, and as you'll notice here, message edit the settings for the next new line or sketch a new line. Okay, as a sketch, okay, so you could sketch lines, okay, as it is being sketched. Okay, so I'll just press escape key. Okay, so I'll just select them all, and then I'll press the delete key to erase them all. Okay, and similarly, if you're going to use line, you can select horizontal as its orientation, so you are being forced to draw horizontal line only. Okay, no vertical lines, unlike the as sketch. Okay, so I'll just cancel it up. Then if you're going to draw vertical lines, you could select the vertical orientation. You are forced to draw a vertical line. Okay, also if you're going to use angle, okay, you could provide uh, values here, the angle, the length, and its angle. Okay, so I'll just cancel this one. So I'll just draw the line as sketch. Okay, so make sure you could draw. So one more thing, okay, notice that if you're going to draw a horizontal line, okay, notice that on the cursor there's a yellow horizontal icon that represents that you're drawing a horizontal line. Similarly, if you're going to draw a vertical line, okay, the constraint of vertical symbol will also be available. So I'll just draw a horizontal line. Okay, so in draw using SolidWorks, you are not concerned with the what you call this uh, dimension. Okay, because you cannot provide the exact measurement as you move your cursor. Okay, so simply draw the profile, like for example, just draw a horizontal line, then a vertical line, an inclined line. Okay, and I'll just close it. Okay, now I'm zooming in, zooming out using the mouse wheel. I'm not pressing the mouse wheel, I'm just scrolling it up or down. Okay, then after you draw the profile, okay, you will be using smart dimensions. Okay, I'll just select the line, then provide the dimensions. Okay, and then the inputting value, you can edit that. If you want 100 value, you can press enter, or simply uh, save the current value by selecting this icon, or simply pressing enter. Okay, so the dimensions are added. for this horizontal line, it has 100 units or 100 millimeters since I'm using MMGS. Okay, so I'll just select that line, then I'll just provide a 30. This is just an example, and then okay, and then let's say this is 70. Okay, then I'll just provide an angle here, say that is 100. Okay, what did you notice in my drawing? Okay, so probably these are colored black and some are blue. Okay, when you have sketches like this one, like lines that are black and blue, this sketch is underdefined. Okay, so you need to fully define the sketch. Okay, so I'll just select this one, the endpoint and endpoint, to provide the vertical distance. Let's say I assume this is 65. Enter. Okay, now this figure is fully defined, but if I'm going to add another dimensions here, for example angle, okay, make this dimension driven, and notice that the sketch has yellow colored sketches or profile. That simply means it is over defined. Okay, once your drawing is colored black, okay, you may want to stop adding dimensions or relations to it. By the way, relations are called horizontal, vertical, or coincident. Okay, and uh, I'll just select this one. Okay, so I'll just select this one. Oops, this one, this dimension. Okay, oops, just select this dimension here. You can edit this dimension by double clicking. Okay, you can change that value, let's say 120. Okay, also you can modify this by double clicking. Let's say that is 50. Okay, also you can select this dimension, say this one, and you can delete that one. So as you'll notice, the sketch is underdefined. Okay, so let us add this one. Let's try to place 120. Okay, and then once I'm done, okay, if I'm going to press the mouse wheel and then move your cursor, okay, this is called rotate. Okay, so you're rotating. Then if you accidentally rotated it on this direction, you can change its orientation using the orientation view. Okay, so the front. Okay, so I'm in the front view now. So I'll just add the thickness, probably using features. Okay, then I'll just use extruded boss base. So I'll just invoke the extruded boss base. Okay, now the extruded boss base here, you have your direction 1 shown here. You can select this arrowhead or the direction. Okay, the default thickness is, or depth is 10 mm. Okay, you can pull this one to increase the length, and you'll notice also the depth or thickness here varies depending on this uh, direction. Okay, or you can also change this value, let's say 50, and then enter. Okay, so the yellow part will be the preview of this thickness here. Okay, also if you want double direction, you can simply select direction 2 by placing a check mark here or tick mark here. Then as you'll notice on the back end, there's another one with the depth of 10. You can also provide 25 units. You notice this one increased by 15. Okay, so I'll just uncheck this one so that the extrusion on the opposite side or in the second direction will be removed. Okay, also you could provide the draft angle. Okay, by increasing this one, notice what happens. Okay, so if I'm going to decrease, or draft outward. Okay, and then increase the value. Okay, so I'll just remove the draft angle. Okay, so that simply extrusion with the blind condition, 50 depth. This one, the thickness of this one is 50. Okay, so I'll just provide the isometric view. Then I'll just check or accept. You can also accept here using the OK button. Okay, now this is just an example of extruded boss base. Okay, so again, I'll just close this one. I don't want to save it. Okay, so I'll just create a new file, or I could select part, then OK. First things first is that you need to change the units. Okay, make sure that the right units is being used. Like for example, CGS. Okay, now I am using centimeter gram in second. Now sketching, you need to invoke the sketch tool. After invoking the sketch tool, okay, you need to select a plane where you wanted to draw. Like for example, the top view. Okay, so the top plane will be perpendicular to your view so that you could draw easily. Okay, so I'll just use circle starting from center. Then you have to draw a circle, and radius will do. Why? Because after drawing the profile, okay, then you may use smart dimension to provide its diameter. Okay, let's try 20. Then I'll just check this one or press enter. Okay, so the circle now has a diameter of 20. Okay, now if I'm going to extrude boss base, okay, so you'll notice the depth is 1 centimeter. If I'm going to pull this up, okay, notice that the depth here also increases. Yeah, you can also modify this one. Let's say 25. Enter. Okay, this will be the preview of your drawing. It has a 25 length or depth or height. Let's say 30. Okay, so that should do it. And just accept that by pressing the OK button. Okay, so one more thing. I just close this one. Okay, so I'll just create a new part, then OK, and then I'll just sketch. Just select a plane, let's say on the right side, right plane. Let's draw a rectangle. Let's use center rectangle probably by its name. Center, then rectangle. You need to start at the center. Okay, so that would be, make sure that you always start your first drawing or first profile in the origin. Okay, so I'll just draw the profile in the origin. Okay, and then I'll just dimension it using the smart dimension. Let's say this is 200, and let's say this is 100. Okay, then I'll just use extruded boss base. Okay, then you can also change this value, let's say 20. Okay, or you can use a mid plane, that is 20. Okay, by mid plane, okay, this has a 10 depth and then 10 on the opposite side. That is the mid plane condition. Okay, so if you're going to use blind single direction, it has a total thickness of 20, then okay. Okay, if you're going to view it in the isometric view, okay, this is the isometric view. Okay, some display styles with edges or shaded, or what, simply wireframe, hidden lines visible, all edges. Okay, so now saving the file. Okay, you need to save the file. Let's say if you're going to save the file, let's try file, then save as. Okay, Then select where you wanted it to be saved. Say you had created a folder here. Let's say this will be my folder here. Then I just open. Then I'll just change the name. Let's say that will be my base part. Then okay, save. Okay, make sure that the file extension or file type is in SLDPRT. Okay, that is SolidWorks part. Then okay, save. Okay,